What's up, YouTube people? So it's already August. You know, first thing I want to say is that I'm really grateful that I'm clean and sober. I'm 31 years old. Spent probably more than half my life just telling myself I was going to be able to be a functioning addict. I got 8 months clean, sober now, 8 months and a couple days. Longest I've been clean in like 15 years. That's 8 months clean without a sniff, smoke, shot, anything. My 1 year clean date, God willing I make it, won't be as important as my birthday or Christmas, but it's gonna have significance to me if I can get to that. That's one of my goals. But I'm here to talk to you today about, let you know my thoughts about what's going on with the Senate and the Congress. All right, so I've been reading a lot of different articles online and talking to people in the community and talking to people I know over the phone about this whole situation. Now, the government's worried about money. They're always worried about money. But I know it's just a show for the people. You got opposing sides. But at the end of the day, they all go sit at the same table, eat dinner together, and laugh at the idiots. Us, the people, the working people who work, pay taxes to line their pockets. Like I've been saying, it's the government's responsibility to do for the people for what people can't do for themselves. So it goes back to this whole pandemic thing. There's a pandemic. It's a crisis, a national crisis. A state of emergency is declared. Only, people who are employed or the necessary work, paramedics, police, firefighters, certain other jobs and trades. They want to issue a lockdown because of the wave of illness and death. So they tell people to stay home. Now, we have to remember, you're staying home. This is not nobody's fault unless you can find out who made this virus, if it wasn't accidental, if it was natural, unless somebody made this to bring about this, if all this is planned. I'm pretty sure all this is planned. Nothing happens on this planet without some kind of thought, mind process behind it. So, but all right, so we're all home now. We're not working because they're saying it's dangerous to go out there. They're saying go out there, you're going to spread the virus, you're going to get it, you got to get tested. There's all kinds of stuff going on with that. Okay, so we'll stay home. But we go to work to pay our bills, to basically have everything costs money. And they're crying about giving us money for the last 4 months when, they've been in business over 200 years. They should have enough money, but whatever. If they're in debt, if they don't have the golden forenox like they don't, whether this is all their plan to keep everybody in the house, and then when they bring about everybody come back out into the real world, they're going to be like, you can't do this unless you get vaccination, which I believe Bill Gates is doing to sterilize the people. That's what's going to happen. If not sterilize, put some microchip, or it's going to be some kind of diabolical plot with that whole vaccination thing. Because I know a lot of people that don't get the vaccinations, myself included, every year. And I don't spread nothing. I don't get sick. It's just the way I live. I try to live healthy. Even though I was ripping and running before, I was caught up in the grip and doing whatever, I would get sick from the drugs and the alcohol. I wouldn't get sick from anything else. Because I was still, maybe just my genetic makeup, or just, if I still ate right, took my vitamins, whatever, drank a lot of water, exercise, I was still doing all that while I was, messing around with the poisons. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I'm more fortunate than others, but still, back to the money. So you're telling us a lockdown, stay home, don't go out there, spread the virus, it's dangerous. Okay, fine. So, like I said, it's the government's responsibility to do for the people for what the people can't do for themselves. So we'll stay home, we'll follow the rules, but it's got to be compensation. Has got to be some kind of relief, like they've been doing. Everybody has to go on unemployment. Okay, they complain about that, but that's what you tell us to do, and that's why there's a system in place for unemployment for people who are entitled and earn unemployment. So there's people who collecting unemployment, then they give that relief because, yeah, you need a little extra money to pay for things. What I'm saying only works and makes sense is if people do the responsible thing with the money, like keep the lights on, food on the table, and have some money left in their pocket is safe. Because remember, I'm pretty sure they're going to write off 2020, and then we're going to go into 2021. And people are going to go into 2021. It's going to be the cold winter season, harder to get a job, harder to do stuff. So if they're just going to pay until December, what are we going to do next year? You got to have some money for next year. So this way, if they give you all the money now, right, and the smart people do the right thing, save it and only go for the necessities. Don't go extravagant. You should have some money saved. And then they're also talking about how the dollar's going to go down, how gold's going up, and all this other stuff. So, and they're sitting in Congress arguing about they're giving people too much money to stay home. You're telling us to stay home. And how much is too much money? You know, you give everybody the same amount relief, so this way people can, you know, do something with that for themselves while this whole lockdown's happening. And then they want to propose giving you 70% of your base pay. Some people were collecting that $600 pandemic relief money and not collecting anything on unemployment. So if they're going to give them, instead of the 6 or the 2, 70% of the unemployment they were getting, which would be zero, what's 70% of zero? It's still zero. So they'd be getting nothing. They'd be screwed. So if there's this, my point being, if they go and decide it's so bad that they're going to declare a state of emergency, it kind of falls to the government people to ensure the safety and well-being of the people, whatever that may be. I'm not talking about locking people down to the point where you're stripping our rights away and it's going to be something like Nazi Germany. No, I'm talking about they do the right thing, because this is the time for them to step up. They fucked up with 9/11 unless they planned it, and they fucked up everything else. But this is the time for them to step up, and like this whole, you know, one side this, one side that, opposing each other. You know, it's an election year, so this is like Trump playing his little Trump card. He's going to stay quiet, but he's been talking about it recently because the election's coming up. So if he wants to get those votes, he's going to have to, you know, play that card. And he's going to have to gain favor with the people to get those votes, if people go out there and vote. I'm pretty sure a lot of the liberals don't even know how to vote or whatever. But this is just my opinion on it. I really don't care what anybody does. I really don't care what happens, because I'm prepared. It's not that I've been through worse. It's just that I'm prepared for the worst. And as long as I stay positive and stay clean and sober, there's really nothing I'm afraid of, nothing I'm scared of. I'm always trying to improve my situation. I'm always reading or thinking or doing something, staying in contact with the right people. This is just a video to let people see and hear what I've been thinking about, what's going on with me. This is me telling you from the East Coast and Jersey. You know, I'm from New York, but I'm telling you what's going on from what I've seen growing up. You know, I'm 31 years old. I've been born in '89, so I've, you know, been around for a couple of things in my lifetime, you know. But then again, like, I only got 8 months clean, so what do I really know? You know, I'm just a recovering addict. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't register high in anybody's, you know, opinion scale. No one's gonna really take me serious. That's fine. Don't take me serious. You know what I mean? Like, God's favorites always have a hard time. But so all I'm saying is just keep an eye on this, because this is something that affects me. If this affects you too, I will keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? Because if you're blessed enough to have a job through all this, and you're going to work and still able to support your family, God bless you. Just stay safe out there, you know, because the powers that be, they're really, really malicious people. They're really, you know, they're bent on causing havoc and chaos and disorder. And like the saying goes, out of chaos and disorder there must come order. You know, there's always got to be order, because it's got to be organization to get things done. You can't have complete anarchy, because nothing will get done. We don't live in a world where a real joker exists, thank God, you know. So as long as I stay positive, I'll be all right. So stay tuned, stay positive. God bless.